everybody. I am Val Jean, and this is my world, as I see it anyway. If you are happy with the current regime, scroll on by. This is not the chat for you. If you are unhappy with the current regime and you would like something to do about it, come on in, have a seat. We got stuff to talk about. Let's see. My cousin Michelle is here. Please hit the thumbs, love, and share. Today we know that most women have, most states have repealed women's rights. I had heard there was something like 36,000 women who have been sexually assaulted. I could not find a number for those who have been assaulted since January the 20th. But Michelle came up with the bright idea that we could talk about self-defense in this live. I thank you for that, Michelle. So I apologize. I have not looked at any of these videos. I just got home. I had to go to PT. I had to go get my license plates. I had to go get my medication and my groceries. And here I am. But that's on me. So, okay. So what I did was I just did I did two searches. This first search is self-defense for women over 50, because most of the people in my group are over 50, and or they are in a wheelchair. So the second search I did was for people in wheelchairs. And there were a lot more videos out there. So we're not going to play the whole video because they get kind of long and it gives you something to do in your spare time. You can also do those same searches and find videos and scroll through them to see who best resonates with you, because not everybody really understands everybody or their techniques or whatever. Pebbles, welcome in. Good to see you. Thank you for sharing. Hi, BB. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you all coming over here across the street. So we have, and I'm going to put the links for these in the show notes below. But this first one, they say empowering based self-defense for women over 50. So it looks like they're just going to sit down and chit chat about it for a while. Let me scroll and see if they actually do any practical. No, this is more of what we're doing here. This is they're going to talk about it, explain, I hope, how they think it is beneficial, and go from there. The second one is practical basic self-defense for adults and seniors program recording. So they actually have a whole program here.
All right. Well, good evening. My name is Peter, and tonight I'm going to be working with my wife, Molly. We've both been involved in martial arts for many years. We're also both attorneys. So we have, got the legal background, the martial arts background, just a perfect mix for just about any type of fighting you want, right? So it makes for great arguments. But
that sounds helpful. So then they're giving you all of the basics, and then they actually do the demonstration.
What it does help us do is, when they have the legal aspect of it, we say there's a saying in self-defense, which is reaction is slower than action. Molly decides to act. As I see it coming at me, I'm like, oh crap, she's gonna punch me. And then I'm bringing my hands up, but by that time I've already been hit, right? If my hands are here, all I have to do is bring my hands up, right? So it's that little bit of time that you're gonna save by having my hands here, from here, that's.
So that is geared more towards adult. That one would be good to watch all the way through. Michelle says, according to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 people will be sexually assaulted. Susan, welcome in. Thank you for coming. How are you and Sunflower? Please remember that sexual assault is not allowed by the YT chat monsters. Lovely, lovely. Well, we know what it is, so we don't have to say it again. Yeah. Thank you for that, because I haven't read my email. The third, because I only picked out 3 for under each person. And this one actually shows you how to get away.
Hi everyone.
But these are more advanced techniques. I asked for people over 50, and but she's cute. And she's going to show you how to throw them around and get away. Again, I will put them in the show notes. I apologize. I didn't get home in time to do everything. Who are you? Oh, this one is from the Comprehensive Medical Care and Neuro Rehabilitation. How did I get this one? It's supposed to be about, I don't know. That one's not going to count, because that one's not going to do what we need it to do. Unless, oh, okay. This one was for self-defense for people in wheelchairs. They gave me the home page instead of taking me directly to the video. That's what happens there. Pebbles says, stats also included by those you love or claim to love. No means no. Exactly. Michelle is pulling up resources for items to have on your person. Thank you, ma'am. And yes, Pebbles, this is a factor that should be considered. Oh, yes. And it really isn't, because what do they say? I didn't think she meant it. I'm sorry. But with the way things are going now, they're going to take that into consideration and forget about what the women actually want. Let me see. This one is, they do the introduction. I don't know why it came up in my feed. Okay. This one says this video may contain triggers for people who have PTSD. So if that is you, close your eyes. I've muted it. And I'm only going to play a snippet of it. As soon as I find the good parts. This one also is not what it appears to be. And I apologize for that, because when I put in the search, this is what came up. Okay. There we go.
Or try and throw something in front of me to stop the wheelchair going. Then I would just try and whack my brakes on. Or another thing that you could try and do is try and put something in the spokes to try and stop it from moving. I don't know what. Maybe you've got a handy stick in your bag. But we're talking about life and death here, and I'm sure like adrenaline and instincts would kick in. But these are just the things that I have thought about. I don't know if I could chuck my bag in the spokes, my phone, my wallet, I mean anything in the spokes, or chuck anything in front of me. If I could try and take off my jacket or something, throw it in front of me to people who don't have spinal cord injuries. Just saying. I just snorted. So whack their kneecaps as hard as you can. Then they will lean forward. Then you can grab their neck and, Another thing to think about is quite a lot
that
of wheelchair
one would be
users.
good. Pebbles, is it different, do you think, fighting from a wheelchair than it would be from a scooter? Michelle says, nationwide, 81% of women and 43% of men reported experiencing some form of SH and or SA in their lifetime. Oh dear. Hello, Darcia. How are you? Thank you for coming. That's all right, sweetheart. There's always a replay. BB says, depression, anxiety, and PTSD is me. Okay, BB, it is safe to open your eyes. I have paused it. Pebble says, yes, they're different. Okay. Then I'll see if I can find one for scooters. Because when I was looking, it occurred to me that I did not know the answer to that. Michelle says it was estimated that 734,630 people were assaulted. They were bothered in the U.S. in 2018. Yeah, I was trying to find one. Oh, keep in mind that this stat doesn't have an accurate number because it doesn't include those who didn't report and those who were. Right. And then the other thing is, since we're going through this, I was curious how many instances there have been since inauguration. But they have not done. I could not find those stats. Who were not believed. I could not find those stats though. Pebble says also carries from electric and manual. Oh. Yeah, autocorrect is not your friend. It's just not. Pebble says your hand is a weapon, index finger, thumb, heel of your hand. Good. Michelle says, unfortunately, that information won't be available anytime soon, if ever. You got a point. You got a point, because this is why we're doing this. This one might be a little bit better. We'll see. Again, I'm going to put them in the show notes. I only did a plain Google search, and these three in each search I'm showing were the top three. So this one is more of this is what it looks like, and then they explain it to you. There's no video. Here are ways to defend yourself where size doesn't matter. Here's how to stay safe in a hotel. Oh, wait a minute. Did I not search? Let's see. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Thanks for educating us, Pebbles, because I thought they were the same, right? Items to carry that will not cause an issue for officers if you have it on your person. To be continued. Yeah, this one doesn't have a video. Okay, let's try. Let's try self-defense for women on scooters. Or would it be tricycles?
Or just two buddies messing around or whatever because of all the laughter. But this is still a serious or possibly a serious situation because somebody has a weapon. It's a scooter. He's whipping it around like crazy. I've seen dudes just get absolutely knocked out with skateboards. So I would treat it like a weapon. Now, here's the thing. Self-defense scenario. The guy in the mask.
Okay, this is the two-wheel scooter. Pebbles, what would it be called? Michelle says 1. Lysol disinfectant spray, mini size. Pebbles says hand sanitizer. Michelle says, yes, Pebbles, but keep in mind that you want to have something you can discharge at a distance. Yeah, you don't want to get that close unless you have the spray kind. Pebbles says, note, a scooter has a front. The manual chair is open. Now, when I put in scooter, it gave me the two-wheel scooter. Michelle says travel size hairspray, the kind with alcohol. Darcia says a small can of hairspray, mini size. I never thought about hairspray, Darcia. That's a good one. That's a good one. Let me go back over here and see what. No, that one is not going to give me any satisfaction, Pebbles. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. Let me try on ADA scooters. Okay.
Street fighting tip. Recently, some students messaged me and asked me if I had any wheelchair defense techniques. Wasn't sure why they would ask something like that, but then I started to analyze this situation and realized someone in a wheelchair can absolutely be a criminal. There's no rule that says someone in a wheelchair. Thing that he has an advantage of is he is at striking distance with my groin. All the strikes he throws straight going to go right to my groin. Got to watch out for that. Secondly, he can use his body as a weapon. He can throw his limbs at me, and even if I catch one, if I strike it, he's not going to feel it, okay? So I have no advantage there. He is also going to have a very strong upper body. You know how as people lose their sight, but then their other senses increase. They can hear trains or smell mint from long distances, right? A paraplegic tends to be very strong in the upper body because they use it all the time. So if I try to reach and grab the chair.
Yep. I will have to look around and see if I can find one for scooters, Pebbles, because they show the ones that you stand up on, and I never thought about the person in the wheelchair being the predator. Unfortunately, I am unable to keep that distance in most instances. But you've got a dog. Adaptable. Well, I tried ADA. Let's see. Adaptable. Well, hashtag the struggle is real. I'm telling you. Oh, they aren't very helpful. I'm sorry about that. They are not very helpful. Oh no, not another Karen video. Oh gosh. Okay, that one's an article. That's wheelchair. Electric scooter safety. Oh, and then they have a research study. So they've thought about it, but they haven't done much about it. Nope, just wheelchairs. That is awful. Michelle says that is why aerosol sprays with alcohols are good. Most have a 10 to 30 feet distance for effectiveness. Pebbles has an electric wheelchair. But that would be the same thing as a regular wheelchair, right? Yep, they don't break it down. It's just the same ones.
Detroit Urban Survival Training. Today we're at Life Medical Center in Dearborn, Michigan with Dr.
Mike Eldorani.
Okay, and today we're going to demonstrate some techniques that can help defend you.
What? Go away. I don't care. Those were the same shape. These two are the same shape. Go away.
Detroit Urban Survival Training. Today we're at Life Medical Center in Dearborn, Michigan with Dr.
Mike Eldorani.
Okay, and today we're going to demonstrate some techniques that can help defend you if you use a wheelchair. In the event that you lock the wheels, one of the reasons we don't suggest you do that is because when you strike, it tends to knock you backwards and it can cause you to flip onto your back. If the wheels are unlocked and he strikes, it pushes back and it helps him get to a wall or a car behind him. And therefore, that means the person, the threat, an attacker can't get behind him and get control of the wheelchair and harm him. So that's good. And then the elbows are in front of the face. So if they try to strike, they can't get in good. And if they come close, the person can hammer fist from the chair. Or if it's not serious, he goes to the throat, press the back. If it is more serious, it goes to the eyes. These are intelligent options that increase your survivability when you're in a wheelchair.
Well, that was the best one of all. Thank you, sirs. Oh. What? Thank you. Darcia says, my oldest sister used to use hairspray and it is dangerous. Ooh. BB says hairspray is a good one. Yeah, it is. I never thought it because, yeah. Yes, thank you. Like I say, sit low and hit low. See? But if he's close enough for you to hit him, he's too close. If you can spray him at 10 to 30 feet, that's better for you. Yeah, I'd like to set him on fire. A collapsible walking cane, it can be seen as a tool for opening doors if you are in a wheelchair and should not be questioned. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes. He's about 60 pounds, great deterrent, but you don't want some crazy hurting him. 2, a Stanley cup of hot coffee. I'm not wasting my coffee. I'm just saying, he can't, no. While you might want to sip it, see, you can open the top by turning the lid cover and toss the hot beverage on your aggressor and get away. No, because I'd be sitting there crying over my coffee. Aim for the eyes or the groin. And see, that one technique he showed where you cover your, I had not seen that before. To me, that was a great a metal whistle. Also, they have those body alarms. If somebody is after you, you snap it open and it gives you this horribly loud sound. Never overlook an item that brings attention to you. No one is committing a crime wants an audit. No one who is committing a crime wants an audience. That is very true, unless they are very bold. A travel-sized bottle of bleach. Ooh. Bleach in a small bottle may be excused as an item you may keep for using a public bathroom. If you keep it in a flip-top squeeze bottle, you can aim for the eyes and get away. Little cousin, I did not know you were so devious. Look at you. BB says, if it's tea, it's good, but I'm not wasting my coffee. High five, BB. I'm not wasting my coffee. I'm sorry. I'm ordering a few of them to resell. Darcia says she wouldn't waste her coffee either. I'm not going to waste mine, because when the police get there, they're going to want you to sit and give statements and all that nonsense. I need my coffee to keep me mellow for that 2-hour wait. Michelle says, I didn't make 55 years in this town without being able to protect myself. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And like the young lady showed you, swing your purse. Your coffee or your life? I'd have to think about that. I really would. Because I need the coffee to make sense with the popos. No, I'd have to think about that. It depends upon how serious he was. It depends upon how serious he was. Because no, not my coffee. I'm gonna sit over there next to Darcia, not my coffee. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, no. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I can make more coffee. I can't make more me. Well, there is that. But they have crap coffee down at the police station. I've heard it. I don't know for sure, but I've heard it. My purse is heavy, and if I swing it, it hurts. It hits hard. See, that's what I did when I was working, BB. I carried a tote bag, and everything I needed for my shift was in that tote bag. And yeah, I could swing it upside somebody's head. She said, "Stop." I don't know for sure. I just know what I've been told. And every book I read says cop coffee is disgusting. And I'll take their word for it. Darcia says, Michelle, if that person make me waste my coffee, then it will be his life because I will be pissed. High five, Darcia. High five. Girl, don't, like I said, don't get between me and my car, and don't mess with my coffee. See, yeah, no, can't mess with my coffee. And if I'm eating lunch, you can't mess with my food. That is not going to work well. That is not going to work well. Nope, sorry. No. But Michelle, that was a good idea about the retractable canes. That is really a good idea. That's an excellent idea. I wish they made one small enough to put in my pocket because I don't carry a purse. That is a really good idea. Michelle says, now you all know Michelle ain't giving up her coffee unless she's getting a life in exchange. Okay. I'd still have to think about it. I'd still have to think about it. I like my coffee. Because my coffee normally has my protein shake in it, and it's got, my vitamins and my nutrients for a whole meal. And you want me to waste my meal on a scumbag? Oh. If you can carry an umbrella, you can carry a collapsible cane. And if you are on a cane, just a regular cane, you don't have to try to extend it. You just swing it. Ooh, so many wonderful ideas. You're going to make me have to carry a purse again. A collapsible cane. Let's, keep in mind that if you get an older umbrella, you can place a metal blade in the handle. Ooh. My cousin is so dangerous. And she sounds so sweet. My mom has one of those canes in her purse. Really? Okay. And those grabber things, you can take that and aim for the eyes because they have the 2 prongs on there. They're not that big. Okay. Does it extend easily, or do you have to, does it take time? Wow, you all have some fantastic ideas. Some fantastic ideas. Yeah. So, on the next note, have you all heard that 47 wants to give the pardon insurrectionists reparations because they had to take off work to go to the Capitol? It doesn't take that much time. Thank you. Darcy says, my sister carried an ice pick. Grandma carried a gun, and a switchblade is good to use. Switchblades are against the law here. Good to use too. I used to carry those. Now I moved to carrying something heavy in my purse and just swing. Michelle says, 5, a crafting pen. Those are designed for cutting on paper. But if you need to stick and move an aggressor, also knitting needles. I can carry my crochet hook into the baseball stadium, but I cannot carry knitting needles into the stadium because the ends are pointy. Yeah, yeah. Check law, usually blade under 3 inches. Okay. Well, if the blade is under 3 inches, I have to get too close. Yes, knitting needles are really good. A wooden crochet hook? Ooh, pebbles. Ooh. Michelle says that is something you can carry in public. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Knitting needles are a deadly weapon. I'd rather use my knitting needles than use my coffee. Pavanel says personal tasers are illegal here. Oh. They killed an officer and hurt others, and he is paying them. Mm-hmm. He wants to pay them. And 2 other of the officers unalived themselves. They were that traumatized. And he wants to pay them. As far as I know, the African Americans have not gotten reparations, nor did we get our 40 acres and a mule. And I know that for a fact because I have a letter that my great aunt wrote to the government asking for her father's 40 acres and a mule because she wanted the land for all the kids to live on because they were all sick and elderly and they wanted to move in together. And after a lot of hemming and hawing and letter writing back and forth, the government said, sorry, no can do. One of those metal straws is good too. Ooh. Ooh. I don't have one, but ooh, no. Learn vulnerable parts on the body. Also, learn, I don't know where it is. There is a place on the wrist that you can press. If somebody's holding you, your hand will open up. But I forgot where the pressure point is. But there are pressure points that will make somebody open up their hand and you can get free. And if they're behind you, you can do a headbutt. And we have not. Yep. The Native Americans have, but not the African Americans. 3 pounds of pressure can remove an ear. Crystal said that Tuesday, remember to box the ears? You can burst an eardrum, but that sudden will make them leave you temporarily. And if they're holding you from behind, throw your head back and try to hit them in the nose hard. I would not recommend doing a headbutt, because if you have soft bones, you can injure your brain. But hit them from behind in the face, yeah. Elbows. And if you can move your legs, kick them in the kneecap. Kick them in the shin. If you can get your leg behind them, kick them in the back of their knees and their legs will buckle and they'll go down. But if you're sitting in a wheelchair, it's kind of hard to get your leg out and get behind their knee. And your adrenaline is flowing, so you might have more strength than you normally have, but also your adrenaline is flowing and you might not think as fast as you would normally think. I guess this is one thing where we need to do not only do our research, but we have to practice, because we have to know for various scenarios how we're going to react and what we're going to do. So if we ever end up in that situation, it would be automatic. You wouldn't have to think about it. If the assailant is a man, go for the pecans. Sorry, y'all. I learned martial arts young in Japan. I have adapted the info. Well, honey, darling, bring it on. Bring it on. Bring it on. Twist and remove. Oh, I love it. Share the knowledge. Yeah, share the knowledge, Pebbles. Which form of martial arts did you study? Got me out here looking for stuff that she already knows. If someone is following you, look down to the ground. You can see behind you. Pebbles, you want me to drop the link? You want to come up on screen? My dentist learned the hard way that when I say let go, I mean it. Oh, no idea. We learned. I was just curious. Pebbles, Michelle says, please go up. You're not, oh, that's okay. Pebbles, I forgot. I am so sorry. Okay. I can drop the link. You can turn on your mic, but don't turn on your camera. And the only reason I suggested it is because I thought it would be easier for you to tell us and explain it to us than it would be for you to type. And I apologize because I did forget. Please forgive me. But you can come up and you can keep your camera off if you choose, or you can just go ahead and type. It's up to you. I just thought it would be easier. Yes. As Michelle says, and keep your camera off. Yes, I will keep you behind the scenes because I have it set up that the people have to be in the basement. They don't automatically come up on panel. So I have caught a couple of people who should not have been up on panel, and I was able to eject them from the live stream. That comes in handy. Thank you. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. We can try. Okay, let me put the invite in the chat, and all you have to do is click on it, and it's going to ask you to type in your name. Just put Pebbles. It's okay. And just make sure that you have your on the bottom. It's going to say mute, and it's going to have the symbol for a microphone, and next to it is stop cam, and it has the symbol for a video recorder. Just make sure that that is turned off, because when I press it, let me see, when I press it, it turns red and it has a line through it. It will give you a chance to make sure you are safe. Yes. Yes, we love you, Pebbles, and I am so sorry. I totally forgot until you said that, and then I remembered, and I am so sorry. But that's okay. We can do it. We can do it without you. You can be incognito, or as my little brother used to say, incognito. I have to look and see if that's on the list of things we can't say. Okay, here's our little Pebbly Pooh. I'm adding her to the stage. Hi, Pebbles.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Thank you, Pebbles, for coming up.
Well, thank you for having me, dear.
I appreciate it. And again, I apologize. I am so sorry. You know, I have CRS and I can't remember anything, and I totally forgot. But you still have your anonymity.
Well, thank you so much.
You're so very welcome.
Okay.
BB says we can hear you. Okay, go on with your tips, girlfriend. I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna learn now. You have the class.
Okay. Without having the use of your legs, the first thing I ever learned in martial arts was don't stop to admire your work. Get them down, run. Okay, so
Yeah.
For example, when I said we look at your hand, you have your index finger. You can stick it up their nose, in their ear, in their eyes, or right up into their neck where that indenture part is. You can break their windpipe. They're going down with one finger. Over a little bit more, VJ, in the middle.
Oh, I was just thinking.
Right. Okay. It's between those two collarbones right into your neck. It's a very vulnerable part of your body. Now, if I can, with my thumb, I can't put it in your ear, but I can take out your eye. I can rip your mouth. I know this sounds terrible, but you're talking about a life and death situation. It's going to be you or me. You have to put that in your mind now, because most people like us, we create, we don't destroy.
Well said. Well
Okay.
said.
So you can take out an eye, damage their nose, stick it in their neck, rip their face. There you go. Now, with the heel of your hand, if you hit them under the nose, the heel part, yeah, the heel of your hand,
and you shove up,
you can hit them in the nose, and that piece of bone will shoot up into their head.
I remembered that.
Okay. You can also use the heel of their hand to hit them a little bit lower in the chest, which is called their solar plexus. It will knock the wind out of them. These are all things you can do from a sitting position.
You use the heel of their hand?
Your hand.
Okay. Because I'm
Your
like,
hand.
their hand? I'm not the.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 no,
Okay.
no, no. Now, let me try to think here. If someone goes to grab you around your neck, which they can do while you're sitting or standing, their arms are extended, usually with their thumbs up. If you take your arms, both of them up, and then slam them down from your elbows into their arms, it's going to bring their head closer to you. Extend your arms, VJ. Take your arms up.
I'm too close.
Okay. Now, when you bring your arms down to where your fists are going to come together. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Okay. Bring your arms up over your head. No, over your head.
It's
They're
over my
both-
head.
No, you're not. Your arms are down on your lap.
Oh, there's a delay.
Oh, that's okay. Apart, like you're gonna jump in the air. Your arms are apart. There you go. Now, bring them down from the elbow, bringing your fists together toward the center of your body. You're bringing your fists down toward the center of your body. Yes, with force. That will bring their head closer to yours, and they will lose their grip. At this point, you can take that index finger and take their eye out. They'll leave you alone. Something that simple will get them loose. They're going to be in front of you or behind you. Those are simple things to do while you're sitting down or standing. Another vulnerable part of a person's body is to use the heel of your foot to hit their knee.
Mm-hmm.
It will break their knee.
That's what I said earlier.
Bring your foot the rest of the way down and stomp their foot.
Mm-hmm.
Carry through with the motion. Don't admire your work. Run. Okay. Try not to be in an area where you cannot see what's around you where it's dark. I don't go out at night.
I don't either.
Okay. I've had to adapt that I can't stand and do anything. I have to do it from a seated position. I can't use the Lysol because in the first place, for me to carry a purse is not going to happen. Okay. In an electric chair, you don't have the large wheels on your side where you are manually in the manual chair using your arms to propel yourself.
Right.
That's a difference.
Right.
In the scooter, like what Kitty uses, it's similar to the ones in the grocery store, except instead of having the basket in front of you, you still have to get into it and sit down, and your handles to drive are in front of you. So some of those techniques would be different.
That makes sense.
Yes. Now, the reason why I said if someone is following you, you don't want to turn your body to see who they are because you're alerting the assailant that they know I'm here. Okay. So if I go to look down at my right or my left side onto the ground, the peripheral vision will allow you to see behind you, which helps. The groin is a very vulnerable area. Not only the pecans or the tree staff, you also have your major veins there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where your crochet hook can help you.
Or a knitting needle.
Or your knitting needle. Or your elementary school scissors.
See?
Simple things. So those are some of the things that I learned. And like you noticed the lady in the beginning, she took her long hair and put it up under her jacket because that's something they will grab. They will grab your hair, they will grab your clothes, they will grab your wrist. The point on your wrist that will help open their hand. I'm trying to figure this out. Okay, if you follow down the center of your hand to where those two tendons are going into your carpal tunnel area, push your thumb there and you can feel yourself. It's going to agitate the hand. And that will loosen their grip. Also, when they go to grab your hand, if you pull out towards where their fingers are, when you twist your arm to get out, they will also loosen their grip.
I had forgotten that one. Yes.
That's okay. These things have been put into my head since I was a child.
And these are the things we need to practice so that they become automatic, because those last two I had forgotten. I need to get back in the place where it's second nature.
Absolutely. And you can, if you those of us over 50, 55, sometimes they have that Silver Sneakers program where you have access to a gym. There's many times at high schools and middle schools, they teach women's self-defense classes for free as continuing education. Like Michelle had mentioned, when you have your keys in your hand, that's another weapon.
Darcy,
Without,
yeah, that's a weapon. That is a weapon.
Darcy, you pull my weave and you're dead.
Right?
Don't touch my hair. Leave my eyelashes alone.
Right? Those weaves are expensive.
Yeah, I've heard.
They are expensive. That's why I do braids.
So do I.
And oh yeah, I forgot to stock up on hair because I don't know how much the hair is going to go up. Yes, you did. You grew your hair, but I'm a little thin up here in the front.
I keep mine up when I'm out and about. I wear a beanie or a hat. If I have it in a braid, I wrap my braid around, and I have like one of those claw clips. And those claw clips can be used too, whether they're plastic or not. And because I say I sit low, I hit low. Most men, the first thing they're going to protect is the pecan. I'm already there. So don't always aim for that area. If you can get their body to come down, then you can get it. They think of how another man is going to fight. I'm going to throw a punch. Now you can watch videos on how to properly throw a punch. And when you do use a punch, be careful of where your thumb is placed on your fist. Because if you get your thumb caught in their clothes, you can break your thumb.
And you want to make a fist with your thumb on the outside, because if you put your thumb inside and you punch them, you can also break your thumb.
Correct. And you want to hit them primarily with your knuckle. Not the joint on your fingers, but your actual knuckle. The power does not come from behind. When you draw your punch, you have your arm close to your body. When you extend it, you twist your arm out. So your fist has more strength in it. But they're not going to expect you as anybody to go for vulnerable parts on their body. They don't think that women are going to do that.
Right.
Any questions?
Does anybody have any questions? That's why I take their knees out first, because
Mhm.
that brings them down to a level where I can uh chop up the pecans.
That's it. Get them down. If you're going to jump on them as you run down the street, jump on them. Don't scream rape, scream fire. People will call 911 over a fire.
Really?
Of course. Are you good? I mean, if I hear somebody outside screaming, I'm thinking maybe it's the kids playing. If
Yes.
somebody screams fire, it makes you think, I need to call 911. That's right, Michelle. Don't leave your drink unattended.
Mhm.
Keep it with you. Watch it at all times. Of course, I never did drink, but that's
Well, usually if we go out, we're sitting in a group at a table, and usually one person stays behind to watch the drinks, or we put something over our drinks. And we're crocheters. We could crochet those little drink covers and put pony beads on them.
that still wouldn't work if they have something liquid to put in there.
That's true. Yep, the same goes for food.
And
Mhm.
don't leave your friend unattended, like the young girl, was it down in Costa Rica that came from Maryland that disappeared? Don't. Well, she's young. She's met some young man. No, 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 no. You come back with us.
Mhm. Exactly.
2 or 3 is better. When
Yes.
you get into your car, if you can, walk around your car from the passenger side around the
Mhm.
back to look into your back seat before you actually get in the car.
Yes.
A lot of people don't do that, and learning those simple little things can help you. Simple things. Be aware of your surrounding.
Mhm.
We used with my nieces and nephews, we would play a game called Detective, where if we were at the park, we would pick someone at the park, describe them, and 5 minutes later, where have they gone in the park? So if that particular person, you've got their description, are they actually following you? Or are they just going about their business?
Mhm. Mhm.
Don't have someone say, I lost my dog. Can you come help me find it?
Nope. Sorry, can't help you.
Because children are very vulnerable that way. And Maverick, he's a big boy. He wouldn't hurt a fly.
But they
But
don't know that.
they don't know that. And he's a big deterrent.
That's why I said my golden used to howl. She scared everybody.
He will bark on demand. And in Spanish.
Oh.
And he's trilingual. And actually, the command that I use to get him to get close to me and sit down at my side is hut, just like a commander in the army, because my dad taught the military dogs. And that also gets his
Oh.
attention. So when they hear that type of command, they're thinking, oh, is that a police dog? And they
And
go
a lot
about
of
their
times
business.
the German shepherds are trained in German.
A lot of times when you have a service dog, many times they're giving alternate words as commands. You don't usually use sit, lay down. My dog does not know how to roll over. I did not teach him how to roll over.
He had so many other things to learn.
Yes, he did. He learned things like one step. He learned go around, where he'll circle my wheelchair. Those are the things I needed him to do.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Darcia, do you have any questions? Michelle is throwing out suggestions left and right.
Yes, she is, and that's good.
Go ahead with your bad self.
We have a wonderful group of women here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I thank you so much for coming up, Pebbles, because you brought back things that I had forgotten and taught me a lot that I didn't know. So Darcia says, no questions. Awesome.
And you can
Oh
always,
my gosh.
and you can pull their hair out.
Mhm.
And I know it's terrible. 3 pounds of pressure will pull off their ear. Box them and yank that ear off. Throw it down when you're done. You don't want it. I know it sounds bad. I'm not a bad person, but I've had to learn. It's
3
me or
pounds
you.
of pressure will pull off an ear.
Yes.
Ooh.
Scary.
I saw you put that in the chat, and I'm sitting here going, 3 pounds for ears? What?
Yeah. You're welcome,
Darcia
Dee.
says she doesn't have any questions. She's a dangerous person.
Don't mess with her hair.
I'll say, hold my earrings, because I'm going in for the fight. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't wear those anymore either.
See, I totally understand. Does anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we all go over to Dawn errands? Pebbles, I thank you so much for coming up on panel. I greatly appreciate it. BB says, hold my coffee.
Don't waste that Starbucks. It costs too much money.
I know, BB. Hold my coffee, because I'm going to punch you in the nose. Oh my goodness. Yes.
What?
Yes.
Just carry around one of those small iron skillets. There's a reason why our
Ooh.
parents had those.
Yes.
They have nice little ones now. You whip one of
Yes,
them
they
things
do.
out your purse. Pow.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And Medea always says you keep a
Pan of hot
pot
grit.
of water on the stove boiling, and if they get too crazy, you just pour in some sugar, and you throw it at them, and then you whap them. You're playing grit ball.
And you know why? Because the hot water will come off. The grits are going to stick.
Mm-hmm. And the sugar's going to stick. The sugar's going to stick and burn.
Sure will. I know.
That sugar is going to stick and burn. Mm-hmm.
Medea's got it.
So our homework, ladies, I got to put the show notes in the description, even though they didn't show everything I wanted them to show. And the 2 searches I used was self-defense for women over 50 and self-defense for women in wheelchairs. And then we looked for scooters, which brought up the children's scooters. And I looked for electric wheelchairs, which brought up the plain wheelchair. They didn't differentiate for electric, so that was not helpful at all.
It's something
Darcia has a mini baseball bat and a rolling pin.
That's right, but be careful of what weapons you carry, because they may disarm you.
And use them on you.
Exactly. But try to research free gyms and continuing education classes that will give you self-defense, or even martial arts, whichever type it is. It will help you learn.
And they also have, if you don't have those in your area, they have a lot of those on YouTube, because that's what I was looking at the other day. And they had so many different techniques. My eyes crossed, because they had jujitsu, they had taekwondo, they had the tempo, kickboxing, the Brazilian one, and I'm like, ooh, Lord.
Just find the one that has a particular technique that works for you.
Yes.
And pick and choose like we do with our patterns and our stitches. Which ones do you like the best?
Yes. and learn your pressure points.
Yes.
Because if they get their hands on you, those pressure points will help.
Yeah. I
And we've
forgot
got to
about-
work it until it's second nature, because we're not going to have time to think about it.
No, I forgot about the one that's right up under your jaw as it goes into the neck. Oh, that's a tender spot.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Yep. Very tender.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't get in a good position to stick your finger in their throat, if you can karate chop them in the throat, that also hurts.
Absolutely.
Michelle says, Pebbles, this was so worthwhile. Yes, it was, Pebbles. Thank you so much. I should have just let you do the whole thing because you did a much better job than I did. Everybody give Pebbles a round of applause.
Thank you, Michelle.
I am so grateful. I am so grateful because, yeah, you had it down pat, and I appreciate it. Yes, mini knitting needles can help too. And you know, they have those little mini crochet hooks that you can put on your keychain.
Yes, they do. And if that wooden crochet hook happens to break off, oh, I'm sorry, officer. It broke off and the other part fell down somewhere. I'm just taking it home so I can remember I need a 5.5.
Oh, Pebbles.
It got so
Whoa. Whoa. See, I'm going to stay on everybody's good side. I'm staying on everybody's good side because, oh my gosh. Yeah, you all, we're going to be dangerous. We're going to be dangerous.
No,
So,
we're
yeah,
not dangerous. We're just taking it's self-care.
That's true.
It's self-care.
That's true. And what they don't know will hurt them.
This is true. Knowledge is power.
Exactly. Okay, everybody, it is 3:13. Dawn Aaron is probably coming on again. Pebbles, thank you so very much. BB says, I got some crochet hook keychains from Russ. There you go. You're already set. There you go. Michelle says, this ain't what they want.
No,
Michelle,
they don't.
you're counting yourself short. You're counting yourself short because I have a cousin who all of his wives were big, beautiful, and black.
Different men like different things.
Right.
And usually
And
when it's harassment or SA or just victimizing a female, it's a power thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about power and control.
You're very welcome, BB. I'm glad you liked it. I'm sorry Crystal didn't come in today, but she can watch the replay. Pebbles, again, thank you. I'm going to drop you down.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sorry I don't have the link for Dawn Aaron, but I will see you all over there.
Yes, ma'am. Have a blessed day, everybody.
Everybody take care now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You all are the best. You know that you count yourself short to your own advantage. Girl, stop. Thank you, everybody, for coming by. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. I'm going to go and work on the pressure points so I don't have to think about it. And I will see everybody over at Dawn Aaron's. Everybody have a blessed day and stay safe.